Welcome, I'm Jamie Walker, professional makeup artist and founder of Bangs and Blush Management and War Paint Academy. Today I'm going to be working with advanced mineral makeup, and I plan to show you a look for the everyday woman, from a day at the office to a night on the town. So we've started off by putting the foundation in little dots all over the face. This is our first step to our everyday woman look. I'm using the Advanced Mineral Makeup Liquid Mineral Foundation. So I've just put it all over the face, and now I'm going to take a foundation brush and blend it in all over. This mineral foundation, it goes a long way. So start with a little bit, and then you can always add more. You just want to blend it in real nicely all over the lids and everywhere. So I'm blending it in with the foundation brush, and it's blending nicely, but also don't be scared to use your fingers and blend it in, especially in the areas that are harder to get with your foundation brush. Take your fingers and blend that in. It also helps to warm the product up and allow it to go on a lot more smoothly. Okay, so now that we've finished the liquid foundation, we're going to add some concealer. So I put a little bit on my hand, and I'm going to use a brush. Go ahead and close for me. And I'm going to add some concealer to under the eyes here, just in the inner 1/3 of the eyes where I'm going to put my concealer. And a brush is nice to use to get the product on, but once again, use your fingers. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, and use your fingers when putting your concealer or foundation on. The other nice thing is, you notice I'm putting the concealer on after I did the foundation, and the reason I'm doing that is because I have the ability to know how much product I need to use and not use too much. Look up for me, Shannon. Just pat that in and blend it nicely. You don't want to be able to see where the foundation starts and the concealer stops, or vice versa. So just take the time to blend it in, whether with your finger or with the brush. So now it's looking good. I love it. We have the liquid mineral foundation on, and also the perfecting concealer. And I think Shannon looks great, but I want to go ahead and I want to get a little bit more of a matte finish. So now I'm going to use the Advanced Mineral Pressed Powder and show you the press and roll method. What this does is it accomplishes a more matte look to Shannon's complexion, and it's very important to use pressure when applying this method, because what you're doing is you're blending that liquid foundation and this pressed powder, which gives a great ending look. It also gives some really great coverage. When you're looking for a little bit more coverage, this might be a method that you'd like to use. And you just need very little when you're picking it up with your sponge, the pressed powder. Just get a little bit, because remember, you can always add more. You can't take away. And it does take mineral makeup a little bit to set into the skin. So I'd rather use less and add more a little bit later on if you feel like you haven't reached the coverage you desire. So now that we've finished the complexion, we're going to move on to the contour and the blush. We're going to use the Advanced Mineral Makeup Daytime Palette. So we're going to take just a little bit of blush, and smile for me. And we're just going to add it here right on the apples of the cheek. Remembering that this palette is very pigmented, so you can always add more, but definitely test your brush on your hand. I always pick up a little product, test it, and then go on my face with it. Okay, so now that we've finished her foundation and her blush, we're going to add a little bit of contour. You can do that by using a powder that's 2 shades darker, or by using a bronzer. And I'm sure you've heard the technique of the backwards W or the upside down 3, whatever. You just want to get a little product. You're just adding a little contour, not too much. This is something that can make you look like you got a really bad tan, so you just want to add a little bit, and you can add more. This brings all the glow back to the skin after you've got the blush and the contour done. You're ready to start your eyes. So our next step is we're going to work on filling in the eyebrows, which is going to frame the face and get us ready to start our eyes. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a shadow on an angle brush, the same color as Shannon's hair, and we're just going to start to fill in her brow ever so slightly. You don't want to apply too much pressure because you don't want her to look like you've created brows that she doesn't have. You just want to fill in what she does have, because when you're putting your foundation on, you tend to go over the top with the powder and the foundation and make your brows somewhat disappear. So we're just bringing them back to life, and then also filling in every once in a while maybe a little area that is a little sparse. We want to just give it a little bit more of the product, and then always work it in with your finger. And there we go. Now we have Shannon's brows filled in, which really frames the face nicely. I just love even this with a little sweep of shadow and some gloss is one of my favorite looks. But we're going to continue on and show you the everyday woman, something that's great for a day at work and going out on a night on the town. So let's start our eyes. Okay, so now we're ready to start our everyday woman eyes. And what I love about this look is it can be as light as you want, or you could make it really dark. And that's kind of why I said from a day at the office to a night on the town. So how we're going to start is, go ahead and close for me, Shannon. I'm just going to take a liner, and I'm going to line the lash line all the way across from corner to corner. And remember, this is a great technique. You can do this look so many ways, lighter, darker, with any color possible. I'm just going to show you one of my favorites that works for a lot of people. So after I've lined the eye, I'm going to take a small fluff brush and I'm just going to blend it to an edgeless finish, keeping it more intense at the lash line and just blending it upward where it fades away. With a little practice, this is a look that can be accomplished in 5 minutes, quick, easy, every day. For the soccer mom, the attorney, anybody, you can do this so quick and easy with just a few steps. And there you have it. That's our first step. So let's do what we did to one eye to the other. So blend that out really nicely. And then I'm going to take the pressed powder that I did that press and roll method, and I'm just going to set this liner with that pressed powder. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush, staying close for me, Shannon. Just a little bit, and then I'm just going to blend over the top, and that sets that liner in. And I love doing eyes this way. I feel like they last so much longer. It's a great alternative for using a primer for your eyelids. I think that using a liner that has a little bit more of a creamy substance to it will allow that shadow to stick and last all day long. So I really love this technique. Go ahead and open for us and let's see where we're at. Now we're just going to take the same liner, that same brown liner, and we're going to line the bottom 2/3. Look up for us. We're going to line this bottom outer 2/3. You don't want to go all the way across because that'll tend to close the eye up. And with this look, we don't want it to be that dramatic. When taking it on to the evening look, I'll show you how to take it on over and make it a little bit more dramatic. But to start out, we're just going to stay on the outer 2/3, and then once again, blend that in real good, both sides. And then the same method, I'm going to take that that pressed powder, excuse me, and we're just going to set that in. That already is looking great in my opinion. I think even at this step we could sweep some shadow and some mascara. So I love, you can use these steps and you can make it more intense, or you can keep it like this. Look how amazing Shannon's eyes look already. That reddish brown against her green eyes is really popping her eyes. And guys, whenever I'm doing a look on somebody or a client, I don't want them to look in the mirror and say, oh my gosh, I have to figure out how to use 20 eyeshadows. I want to show my clients and Shannon how to do something quick and easy with just a few products. So she feels like she can do it every day and she's not overwhelmed. So this reddish brown looks amazing. Think of Santa Claus, you know, green and red complement each other, so that's what we're going for. We're just trying to complement Shannon's eyes. So our next step is we're going to take a medium shade of shadow out of this Day palette from Advanced Mineral Makeup, and we're going to do it from lash line to crease, corner to corner. And remember, when using mineral makeup or any shadow, you want to make sure and always click off the excess, because you don't want that fall off that gets on your cheekbones. I know that's a problem. People are always saying, how do I alleviate that, Jamie? So you want to click off the excess, and if it gets down here, immediately wipe it away. When I'm blending this in, I want to make sure to go a little bit above the crease, so when Shannon's eyes open, you can still see a hint of that color. And open, Shannon? Yeah, that looks great. I love it. I love how the reddish brown stays close to the lash line, and you see that nice medium color up in the crease. And let's do the other eye. I am taking it ever so slightly over that liner down here near the lash line, but I'm more staying in the crease right now with this lighter color. I don't want to put anything too dark in the crease on Shannon. Open for us. Because her eyes, the way they are shaped, if I start to put a lot of dark colors in this eye shape, it's going to make her eyes look smaller and deeper set. And my goal is to make them look bright and alive and not deeper set. Our next step is we're going to take the lighter shadow, this natural color here, and we're going to highlight the brow with it. Make sure everything's really nice and blended. Close for me. Really nice and blended. Okay, so this is our last shadow we're going to use. I'm just going to take the dark shadow here. It's a little copper reddish color. And I'm going to take my small fluff brush, and I'm going to add a little bit to the lash line, just to give a little bit more intensity to this look. You could keep it at this stage, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit more intensity. And I'm just going to blend and stay right here on the lash line, getting the most of my product off the brush at the lash line, and then I'll start to blend. So it doesn't look like just one straight line cruising across her eye, because that can be distracting if you have that. So what I like to do is I really love to use shadows as a liner. I think that they stay. I think it's not too heavy, and it's so simple. I've showed you 3 shadows and 1 liner to use. So I love how simple this look is and what you can do with it. Let's take that pressed powder again and just blend it a little bit. Blended is the most beautiful thing when it comes to eyes. Go ahead and open, Shannon. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I really like that. Let's do the same thing to the bottom. Just a little bit. I'm not even going to go as far over as I did with the liner. I'm going to keep it tight here, just in the corner of the bottom lash line, and really blend it into that crease there like I am. That really pulls the eye together, opens it up. Once again, you start bringing liners over here on an eye the shape of Shannon's, we're going to close her eyes up. So you want to stay on that outer corner. If you get any fall off, again, just immediately brush that away. You don't want that to set into this mineral foundation. It looks so beautiful. We worked so hard. I love it. That looks great. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and add our mascara. Okay, so now it's time for our mascara, and I'm so excited because Advanced Mineral Makeup just got their very own Luxury Lash Mascara, which I love. I think it looks beautiful. The color's great. It's really bold and intense black. Great trick is to take the mascara and roll it on the tops of the lashes. I think it gives it a little bit of lengthening and thickening, because you're just getting a little bit more product on the lashes than you would if you were just putting it underneath like normal. So I try to roll it on the top and underneath and work that product in there, the mascara, and flare your lashes up and out. That opens the eye and makes it look bigger and brighter. If you happen to have a goof up and get a little bit of mascara on your lid, don't freak out. Just try to get it off as quickly as possible before it dries. if you leave it until you're done applying your mascara, it's going to dry, and then you're going to have a lot harder time getting it off of your eyelid or underneath. Wow. Already, that looks great. Let's go ahead and add a little bit to the bottom lashes also. I'm just going to lay my applicator on her lashes. Look up for me, please. And I'm just going to rub it in to her lashes, and that works that product in really nicely. Plus, it's a lot easier than going up and down on the bottom lashes. If you're a little lash challenged on the bottom lashes, just lay it on your lashes and move back and forth. Next, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of the Luminizer, which has become one of my favorite products in the Advanced Mineral Kit palettes here. I'm using the Daytime palette, and there's a Luminizer that I'm going to highlight Shannon just a little bit. You know, I'm talking about the everyday woman, so I don't want her to look like a college student or a teen. She wants to look sophisticated, but not over the top. So we're just going to add a little bit of a glow right here with that Luminizer. I love how subtle this is. And I know there's one in the daytime and the nighttime palette for advanced mineral makeup. It goes on so pretty, and I've found about 5 uses for it now. You just want a soft, simple tint of glow. I love that. All right, now let's pick our lips. I love this. So now it's time to pick our lips. And what I've chosen is the new Advanced Mineral Luxury Lip Gloss. So for this daytime look, like when you're at the office or you're out with your kids, whatever, during the day, I'm just going to use the lip gloss by itself. And then next, I'm going to show you how to take it from a day at the office to a night on the town, okay? With just 2 easy, quick steps. From the products I've already used, we're just going to show you 2 new techniques and take it to the next level. But this is just the gloss, because I think for every day, I hear so many women say these days, I'm like, what do you put on your lips? And immediately they say, just a gloss. I love this color. I think it's nice and subtle, and it's got a really nice glow, and it lasts. I feel like the longevity is really nice. So we just put a little bit of that lip gloss on. So now that I've shown you this daytime look, I promised I'd show you 2 quick tricks to turn it into an evening look. We're going to intensify the lips a little bit, and then we're going to make the eyes a little bit darker. We're still using the Daytime palette from Advanced Mineral Makeup, and I'm just taking, there's a really dark, rich chocolate brown. I'm getting a little bit on my little fluff brush, my detail brush, checking how much I have on there, and Shannon close, and we're going to darken that lash line up. Staying on the outer 2/3, making sure to keep the eyes open, but a little bit sexier and a little bit more dramatic. And open. I'm going to do the same to the other side. And we're going to blend it to our desired intensity. And then we're just going to add a little bit to the bottom lash line. This time we're going to come over a little bit more. Remember, when you're using these darker shadows, be real careful about the fall off. It can ruin this look so quick. So you just want to be real careful and tap off the excess and have something ready to wipe it away if it does happen. Let's see. And so look, it's already really intensifying her green eyes. Close. So I'm just going to continue to blend this to my desired intensity. You can make it a little sexier, a little more smoky, but real quick and easy to what you've already had at the day at the office. Now we're going to intensify her lips a little bit. Okay, using the same lip gloss, we're going to make this color a little bit darker, so it's a little more appropriate for a night on the town. I'm going to just take a liner, and I think with this color that Advanced Mineral Makeup's come out with, you could use a nude, a mauve, I think any liner. You can kind of tweak this a little bit either way you would like it to go by choosing a liner to put underneath this lip gloss. So we're just going to line Shannon's lips. And another really great trick that I always do is I always fill in the entire lip with the liner. So color in those lips, blend it in nicely. It also allows your lip gloss or lipstick to stay a little bit longer. Once again, same thing as the eyeliner I showed you, it's kind of acting as a primer for your lip gloss. So we've blended that in nicely. I'm going to take my lip brush And just work that in and make sure it's smooth. And then we're just going to take this lip gloss and once again apply it to Shannon's lips, but this time it's going to be a lot more intense, and I can't wait to see this look finished. Make sure with lip gloss, stay focused on the center of the mouth and not on the outer part. Blend the color to the outer part. But you don't want a ton of product out on the outer corners of your mouth because you also don't want to be that lady who has stuff in the corner of her mouth. So always just concentrate here on the fattier part of your lip. There we go. I love it. I love the color. I love the intensity. And so that takes us from daytime to nighttime in just 2 steps. So there you have it. A look for the everyday woman, from a day at the office to a night on the town, and I showed you with 2 simple steps how to make it more intense and use it for a night on the town. What do you think, Shannon?
I love it. It feels great. It's very light.
I love it too. I love the liquid mineral foundation. I love what the look has done to Shannon's eyes, how it's about her eyes and how green they are. And wow, I just think it looks amazing. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Jamie Walker, professional makeup artist and founder of Bangs & Blush Management and War Paint Academy.